KO debate series. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
What's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy KO, and I got the singing OG with me, KQKC Boxing Network. We are the dynamic duo, and we are back, or as KQ calls us, the young G and the old G. We are back for another episode of the Morning After Show. KQ, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, man, happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat, and definitely happy Father's Day to Knockout Boxing. And
yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. And I had a great Father's Day yesterday because, the kids got to work today and everything. But they came over and gave me gifts and stuff, man. I had a good time yesterday before the fights. And, man, I had a great day yesterday and the fights.
I'm like a kid on Christmas right now. I've been making noise in the kitchen all loud on purpose, trying to get them to wake up so I can get my gifts right after the show. I be doing on Christmas or whatever. Like I ain't never made breakfast so loud. I'm throwing stuff around, playing like shit. Y'all wake up now. I'm on my gift. But yeah, man, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat, and also happy Father's Day to the mothers out there that had to do it on their own as well, that didn't have no help. So salute to y'all as well. Let me see who we got in the building, KQ. And we got a lot to talk about, man. Got a lot to discuss. So let me see who we got, and we'll get it going. Awesomer in the building. What's up? All things Andy Gill, Victor. I see you, bro. Av Boy Jr. Jab Queen Boxing. Ty Draper over there at Jab Queen Boxing. Y'all go subscribe to her channel. She been dropping content, doing a great job. So y'all go show us some love and support. We got Terrell Jackson. We got Luca, Terrell W, Million Films. What up, bro? Ball Out Mixtape Fire. Point Pounder, NW in the building. What up, man? Ghetto Fab, I see you, bro. We got 314 Brim. What up with you, man? Chris in the building. What up, Chris? God Self, what's happening with you? OG Victor, Fresh 313, Marquis, Tim Carey, not Jim Carey, Bo Hunting, and Boxing. What's up with you, man? We got Ashton B in the building. Native Assassin, JD, what's up? Conage Dre, what's good? Always bet on black. I see y'all in the building. Please smash that like button as y'all come in here and drop a comment to let us know that y'all are in the building. It helps with engagement. Also, obviously, hit those cash apps, hit that super chat, show you support for the hard work and dedication. We got Marshall Howell. We got Derek Maxwell, Marco Sanat, Sunchild Tay. What's up with all y'all? Look, man, we ain't going to wait on them, KQ. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Bowtime TV, 1P. I see y'all, man. Jay Horseman, what up? We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. We just had 40 people come in the building. You just jumped up to 100. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Everybody that just came in, just got your notice, hit that like button, run the likes up, and please drop a comment to let us know you're here. Kurt Hurd, Trap Band, what up? So KQ, man, we had a lot of great fights over the weekend. We got a lot of news to talk about. So let's get straight to it, man. The first thing I want to talk about is some big news that came out over the weekend, and that is that Turkey Al-Sheikh has shortened or shrunk the size of the ring for his July 12th card coming up. That features Edgar Berlanga and Shiraz and Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda and David Morrell and Iman Kotiev and all those guys. George Kambosos' father also manages Iman Kotiev, and he let the cat out of the bag in a Fight Hype interview, KQ, where he said that they are going to be having an 18x18 ring for the card that's going down July 12th. And Shakur Stevenson confirmed this, saying they're trying to set him up, but it's all going to backfire. What's your thoughts on Turkey shrinking the size of the ring and really moving forward with his plan to make sure that ain't no running in that ring? He's doing everything he can to make these boys fight. What you think of that, man? What's your thoughts on that, bro?
Well, I had a couple of thoughts on it, and one of them is this: somebody's gonna get hurt. All right, and I'm being serious, and we know boxing's a combat sport, but if you don't fight that way, if you're not fighting in the pocket, and you used to fight on the outside, but using your jab, using your stick out there, fighting and moving, okay, it worked all your career. Now, Turkey, you want that money? You want to be signed under him? Then you got to fight like he wants you to fight. Not like you fight. Not like you want to fight and you get the job done. And somebody going to not hold that phone or something like that, or they might slug it out, and somebody going to get their jaw broke or end in the hospital. Now, is your life and your career, if it's worth that? Now, if you are Pitbull Cruz, or are you an all-around fighter like Gervonta Davis, then you're all right. Don't worry about it. You can fight right there in the phone booth all day long. But still and all, someone's going to get hurt. And then you're going to wake up out of that coma or whatever and think about it. And then think about it. Man, look what happened to Adios and Morrell. Morrell put him in a coma just off of one punch. Now, look what happened if you go in there and slug it out. It's an art to boxing. Boxing is a sweet science, baby. All right? And that's finding the unknown. And that unknown is that punch. All right? So I really, really, really feel that way. And that's one way. But the other way, knockout, listen, I want to be entertained. Okay? I want to be entertained. And I don't want to see nobody running around. I want to see nobody sitting there going that way, that way, that way. Now, what Frank Martin did, okay, he was moving and jabbing, going upstairs, downstairs. Okay, that's cool. But I got to be entertained. If I'm going to spend my money, I don't want to spend my money just watching you run. No. Okay, let's engage. All right? I want to see people engaging. All right? That's what I want to see. So that's how I feel about it. I'm kind of mixed feelings about it, but it's his card. It's not his money. It's the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia money, but he's spending it. So if you want to go out there, you want the big bag, then you have to fight for the big bag.
Yeah.
And one thing about it, PBC, like you said, I think you commented on this other day. PBC been doing it all along. They just didn't tell y'all. They've been doing it all along. How you think Earl Spence fights? I mean, come on. He's what we call, he's the body man.
Yeah. Yo, if you look at all the fighters that Premier Boxing Champions really chooses to promote the last few years and like really make big names like Earl, like David, like Tank, all them boys will fight. They'll scrap with you. They got some boxing skills, but they'll fight with you. They'll scrap with you. Here's what I think of it. I feel like if you really boxing, if you really got skills like that, then the size of the ring don't matter. Because I think, and you said it, KQ, like a lot of these guys, that ain't boxing. All that moving around, staying out of distance, that ain't boxing. Slipping shots, parrying shots away, pulling back and countering, rolling and countering, half step back and countering. That's boxing, bro. Making people miss and always being in distance where you can get your offense off. That's boxing to me, not what we seeing people call boxing these days in 2025. So I don't have any problem with him shrinking the ring size and making it smaller because it's going to show us if people are really who they say they are. Like we got the homie Luca in the building. He's a huge Shakur Stevenson fan. if Shakur is as good as as Luka thinks he is, then shoot, bro, he'll be able to make Zepeda miss and make him pay all goddamn night long. He won't have to do all that running and all of that stuff. And if he tries to, that size of the ring is going to negate it, because I'm telling y'all that 18 by 18, that's small. I seen somebody in the chat say, what's the normal size? Typically, they'll do it like a 20 by 20. I've seen sometimes they'll do like a 22 by 22 in there as well. But most times it's like a 20 by 20. So this feet is this ring is like 2 feet smaller at every side, and it's inside the ropes. So it's gonna be 18 by 18 inside. It's gonna be a smaller ring. It's the same size, to put this into perspective for you guys. It's the same size of the ring that Tim Tszyu fought when he fought Tony Harrison, and the same size of the ring that Tim Tszyu fought when he just fought Joey Spencer down there in Australia. That's how big the ring is, just to give y'all a perspective. Or a more recent fight, go to the Williams Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer fight that they just had, the second fight they just had down in Mexico. That was an 18 by 18 ring. So that way y'all can have an idea of how big the ring is going to be come the night of the fight. So for me, Turkey's putting up the money. You know, it's a ring event. They're the ones paying for it, and they get to determine the size of the ring. And that's why I said, KQ, and then I'm gonna pass it back to you because I want to hear what you think about what Shakur said. But that's why I said, KQ, that everyone was mad at the content creator. Everybody was mad at Showbiz because of what he said. And I thought that was misplaced anger. I think if you're gonna be mad at anybody, which I'm not mad about it, if you're gonna be mad at anybody, bro, it should have been Turkey, because Turkey can actually say the shit that Showbiz is saying, but he actually got the power to do some shit about it. So who should you be mad at? Just the person that can say it on a YouTube channel but can't do nothing? Or should you be mad at the person that's gonna say it and then shrink the size of the ring on your ass? The person that can say it and then get some ref and some judges to be like, look, when you judging this fight, make sure you favor the aggressive person. Make sure you favor the person that's trying to make the fight. Like, that's who you should direct your energy to, because he's the one that's actually out here putting your fighters at a disadvantage. So that's my thoughts on it overall. I think if you're going to be mad about this new shit, be mad at Turkey. Me, myself, though, I'm not mad about it, because I feel like fighters should really have to show they got skills, and running around the ring ain't no goddamn skills. Now, I wanted to ask you, what did you think of Shakur Stevenson? Because it was kind of odd. Shakur Stevenson was like, yeah, they trying to set me up. He posted on IG, KQ. He said, yeah, they trying to set me up, but I'm going to make sure all of it backfire, and it ain't going to work in their favor, basically, is what he said. What do you think of his comments, man?
You know, I'm going to have to say he hitting it right on the head. I mean, Tank said this. If Tank went over there, they probably tried to set him up to fail, to lose, because who he is. Now, Shakur Stevenson, we all call him a runner, feather, fisty, whatever, but still, he still is respected over here in the United States. No matter how we look at him, he's still respected as that silver medalist, because everybody was trying to recruit him when he went out there and fought for the gold medal. I mean, Floyd Mayweather was there. Top Rank was there. I mean, everybody was there when he went to fall. Now, Turkey, he don't like that type of fighting. He don't like that type of fighting where you hit, but you don't hit back. You don't counterpunch. You get the hell on out of there. So now he want to see what Shakur is made of. And now Shakur Stevenson, I really believe he's gonna pull something out of his bag of tricks. Now, everybody know I'm not a big Shakur fan, but I got to be honest. Shakur Stevenson, he is a good defensive fighter. And he's going to have to slip some punches, and he's going to have to step in, and he's going to have to fight. Now, you have to fight or move on and get with PBC or somebody else. And that's what's going to happen. And now, Shakur Stevenson got something for him. Now, one thing about it is his grandfather, he had a good fight with Moses last night, first one on the card there, and so Shakur, he'll have enough power though to keep people off of him. So Zepeda throw a lot of punches. He throws over 100-some punches per round. So he's gonna have to slip some punches, hold that phone. He's gonna have to do every defensive skill he know how to do, because he never fought like that. Unless the guy was like a Jamel Herring, but Shakur Stevenson, I'm very interested to knock out what he does on July 12th. I'm really interested what kind of game plan he gonna have, because sometimes you don't have to step back; you can step over. See, that's why they call it sweet science. You know, you can step over. You can step over. You know, you can move that way. You don't have to go back. You can go side by side. So I'm really interested to see what he got planned, because I don't care how we size him up. He is an interesting fighter. He do pull things out of his hat when he needs to. But when his back against the wall, that's when he shines. And this is when a lot of fighters shine, when they're back against the wall. But you've been running too long, baby. You've been running too long. Then it's time to pretty much take that inside pocket, you know. And I would like to see what he's gonna have. I really am. You know, I'm not worried about Tank. Those guys, we know how they fight. You know, they fought any kind of way, any style you bring them, they're gonna adapt. See, now can Shakur adapt? He ain't belt tested knockout. He ain't belt tested yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. He ain't had no slug out fight like that. So let's see what he gonna do. Because he said, listen, it's a setup, and of course it's a setup. No doubt about it. Because Turkey trying to wing out the boring fighters. He's trying to keep the entertaining fighters there. But Turkey always messing up, so let's see what he does.
Hey man, we got 240 people in the building.
Wow.
Y'all please smash that like button, man. We got to get the likes up over 150, please. So please hit the like button for those of you that just came in. Please hit the like button, and please and thank you. We really need your support. So make sure y'all smash the like button.
Man, y'all support Knockout and the morning after show, and I mean it's Father's Day. Y'all got up Sunday morning, so show your love in the Cash App. All right, I appreciate that.
Man. For sure. Shout out to my dog Trap Band with the first super chat of the day. Hopefully it ain't the last. He dropped the 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. I appreciate you. My dog Loyalty made me laugh. He say Tevin took every shot from Zepeda and didn't drop or visually hurt him. Not worried about Zepeda power. Well, tell Tevin Farmer's corner that he wasn't visually hurt, because they threatened to stop the fight on his ass. So I don't know what you were watching, but they threatened to stop the fight. So I'm gonna let you do with that what you will. We got Dean by any means
my man Dean
in the building as well. Y'all go subscribe to this channel, man. Subscribe over there to Jab Queen Boxing and support them. So I don't disagree with anything you said, KQ, but I'm gonna take it even deeper. So Turkey out of the sheet, he put Shakur Stevenson on undercard. He changed his money and gave him a pay cut. And now he's shrinking the size of the ring on him, leading Shakur Stevenson to say that he feels like Turkey is trying to set him up and that it's going to backfire, right? So my question for Shakur Stevenson fans is, why should Shakur Stevenson continue to do business with Turkey as a free agent? Why wouldn't he go deal with PBC so he can get that Tank fight? Why wouldn't he go talk to Top Rank or go talk to somebody else? If somebody's doing all of this to you, what sense does it make for you to keep working with them? He don't like the way you fight. He's putting you at a disadvantage in the fight. He's paying you less money than what he promised you. And he's throwing you on the undercard while making you do all the work to promote the card. Why would you continue to work with him? Can any Shakur fan give me a good reason why Shakur, after everything that Turkey is doing to him, tell me why, again, he should be loving Turkey, saying how great Eddie is, talking about how good Matchroom has treated him. If they trying to set you up, then why would you continue to work with them, bro? Can anybody answer that for me? Because what KQ said is right, and Shakur is right. They are definitely trying to set him up. Why would you consider continuing to work with them in the future if that's how they value you, which is showing you no value at all and devaluing you as a fighter and as a business person? Shout out to Big Dre with the 5-piece in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He just trying to show love to the channel. I appreciate you. I understand that Turkey does have the bag, and he's willing to make fights, but he also willing to set your fighter up and set your fighter up to lose. Right. At what point is your integrity and your pride as a fighter and as a man bigger than just trying to get a bag, bro?
I mean, they treat you like a better wife, man.
At what point are y'all going to admit that that's a bad decision? Specifically, when you fight like Shakur Stevenson, you might want to leave Turkey alone because he's trying to set your ass up to get your ass whooped. We got Jim Carrey with the 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. I appreciate you, big dog. Look, man, so I wanted to talk about a fight, obviously. We'll get back to some story. Do you got anything else on that though before I move on?
No. That's about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So Andy Cruz. So we had a couple of stoppages last night. We had Andy Cruz get the stoppage in his IBF title eliminator, making him the mandatory now for Raymond Muratalla. What did you think of Andy Cruz's performance last night, KQ?
I mean, Andy Cruz is Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is a good fighter, and I didn't know he switched for orthodox to southpaw till I saw it last night. He did it for maybe a few minutes. Then he went back, but he threw a lot of combinations, and Mashiro, he came in there to fight. He wasn't coming to lie down. He took a lot of good shots to the head. But Cruz gonna have to sit down on his punches a little bit more because he's throwing 6, 7, 8 piece, and of course the guy didn't go nowhere. He did it a couple times. Then finally he got the knockdown. Then he got the second knockdown. So Andy Cruz, he might be short in stature, but he got very fast hands. He got very fast hands, and sometimes speed kills. Speed definitely kills. So, but he did a great job. But I would love to see him in there with a more polished performer, a better polished fighter. And let's see how he handled that. Let's see how he handled getting hit with someone with power. So but so far so good. I mean, he's doing a great job. Bozy doing a great job with him. So I'm not mad at him. Keyshawn don't have nothing to do with him. I don't know why, but they ain't trying to fight Cruz. So Cruz got to keep fighting, keep winning, and keep going. That's all he got to do. And of course, he's gonna fall in his lap just like last night. The IBF eliminator fell in his lap. He won. Got the job done. So that's what's gonna happen. So.
Yeah, shout out to my dog, Big Dog Willie, being a member for 21 straight months. He says Shakur Stevenson fighting versus Turkey, November 22nd, Las Vegas, MGM. Facts. We got Texas DT20 with the 5-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He's just showing love to the channel. And then we got my dog who is Hendo. He got a NBA channel. So if you're a basketball fan, please go subscribe to his channel. For me, Andy Cruz, he looked okay. He looked good. He got really good boxing skills. But like you said, the power is a problem. Sitting down on his shots, he's doing everything. He's doing everything he can to try to be more entertaining, try to get his style to a professional style. And I know Bozy Ennis is working with him to try to get that done. But some people, it just shows that power and explosiveness is some stuff that you either got or you don't got, and sometimes it's just God gifted, bro. Because it just looks like Andy Cruz. He got the stoppage. He was in there against a dude he was far better than, and he showed that he did what he's supposed to do. So salute to him for that. But you can just tell that at the highest level, he's not gonna be stopping dudes. He's gonna have to outbox dudes, outpoint dudes, and try to get them up out of there that way if he can, or just win decisions. I expect him to always have about a 45 to 50% knockout ratio throughout his career. He's not the Cuban fighters like David Morrell and Yoenli Hernandez and guys like that. He's not going to be like that, but he's not like a Rigon Diao or anything like that. He's much more or Erislandy Lara early in his career. He's like right in between the two. Like he tried to be like David Morrell and them, but he just can't. He just quite don't got the crack. Kind of how Lara used to be, and kind of how Rigon Diao used to be. He's like a tweener. He's right in between. Don't hit hard enough where you can say he's like the new school Cuban fighter, but he don't run enough and use enough lateral movement to where you can say he fight like the old school guys. He like right there in between the two. But good performance. He's now the mandatory for Raymond Muratalla. I tell you what, we got B More Finest in the building. What up, B More? I texted you yesterday, man. You ignored me, but it's all good. Still all love. You know what I'm talking about? But salute to you, bro. But for Andy Cruz, he's the let me say this, then I'll give it to you. He's the mandatory for Raymond Muratalla. I tell you, that fight is going to be a snoozer if they fight. That fight is going to be a snoozer. That's going to be a hard one to watch. I'm telling y'all right now. But go ahead, KQ. What was you about to say?
No, I was just going to say that So you touched on that. I think past week, about the style of the Cuban fighters. You know, like they don't move a lot no more. All right, they're more fan friendly, and they're gonna sit there in the pocket, and they're gonna sit down on their punches. And that what Cruz was doing kind of yesterday, but he did move a little bit, but not very much. So maybe he's trying to change his style too a little bit, because he fought differently in the Olympics, no doubt about that. But this is what I'm saying, that the Cubans are now starting to change their style of fighting, and just like a lot of other fighters are doing, so everybody want to be more entertaining. Why?
Yeah.
Because you put more butts in the seats. You bring more casual fans' eyes to the sport of boxing. That's a good thing. So, but yeah, that's all I had on that. Yeah.
All right, cool. Jupe in the building, Chris in the building. Chris, if you talking about the IG one, yeah, bro, I seen the IG one where he that he dropped yesterday. But if there's something else, man, you can drop the link to it. I'll check it out. We got 300 people in the building too. Please smash the like button. Let's get a like check going. I need y'all to hit that like button when y'all come in the building, please. And thank you. Donate to the channel. We got the cash apps down there. $ Knockout Boxing 86 TV and $ 275 KQKC. And you can also hit that super chat. And show your love to the channel. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the building as well. So let's move on to another story that I wanted to talk to you about. Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes got ordered by the WBO to fight for the title. And so they will be fighting for the vacant WBO title that Keyshawn Davis got stripped of when he missed weight. And it's going to be Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. They're in negotiations right now. And they hope to get a fight done for later this year, hoping for September or October at the latest. I think it's going to take too long for the fight to be in August. The earliest that we can hope for it to happen will probably be September, maybe October, is what I'm hearing. What are your thoughts on the young king and the young phenom, as you call him, Abdullah Mason, getting his title shot against Sam Noakes, man? What's your thoughts?
Well, I know Keyshawn just really tripping, because not only did he take his main event status, he about to take his damn belt. Man, that's something else. But anyway, but Abdullah Mason, he deserved it, I think. He fought 4-5 times a year. I mean, he stayed active. And active means that he prepared himself for this opportunity. He prepared himself well for this opportunity. He carried himself like a gentleman. He carried himself like a fighter. He was entertaining, and now it's starting to pay off on him. And I like it. I like it. This is how boxing's supposed to go. You're supposed to get rewarded for your explosiveness, for your knockouts. For your setting up your punches and setting traps and all that good stuff. And I like it. And I like Abdullah Mason. And I like his father. Father's not in the videos and doing all the interviews and things like that. But he's right there for his son. And so I like that. But I'm glad that he have an opportunity. I didn't know he gonna get it this fast. But when you think about Lomachenko, look how fast he got it, like under 12 fights. So I mean, Abdullah Mason, same way. So that's good. He's only 21, and he's getting a title shot, and I'm glad. And I'm quite sure he's gonna be victorious in that title. In that fight. Great interview you had with Abdullah Mason.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great interview. He answered the questions, and he elaborated on the questions, and so I mean, the young man, if he keep his head on straight, who knows what can be the next level he go to. But he's still young, he's still growing, and imagine in 2 years where he will be. So I mean, I can see him being a champion for a long time. So once he moves up to 140, he probably can unify the belts and pretty much go for undisputed. So that's
already.
Yeah.
Already. Drink more water in the building. LJ, I see y'all, man. Please smash the like button as y'all come in here. 325 people in the building. we should easily be the 250 likes, y'all. And I don't have time to wait. So y'all please get the likes up. If you can't donate to the channel, if you can't hit the Cash App, the Super Chat, if you can't be a member, please, please, please hit that like button for us, man. We need y'all to help with the algorithm. We got D1 being a member for 18 straight months. It's really 30 months though. He said, "Happy Father's Day, bro." It's really 30 months. I appreciate you, dog.
Subscribe to
Shout out to
D1. Y'all
Ellen.
subscribe to D1 too. All right. You gotta
Yeah,
go
yeah.
check
Go check out D1 and William Old School, man. The AWM podcast and D1 doing this thing on his own channel as well. Y'all support him, man. We got L&L Sports Commentary with KC 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He's just showing love to the channel. We got 150 likes with 330 people in. We damn near 200 short. Please, please, please hit that like button, man. We need y'all support. For me, man, I'm excited for this opportunity. For this opportunity for Abdullah Mason. He's 21 years old. He won't be 22 until April. So if this goes through, he'll have an opportunity to be a 21-year-old world champion. That's saying a lot. That's early to be a world champion. If he's able to defeat Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes is a very strong fighter, very powerful fighter. So people have questions about Abdullah Mason's chin because of the Johan Vasquez performance. Well, you get some of those questions answered when he takes on Sam Noakes about his defense, about his chin if a shot gets through, and so forth and so on. So really excited for that opportunity and can't wait to see what happens. You compared him to Lomachenko. You right. Lomachenko did get a title shot in like 3 fights. Lomachenko was also 28, 29 years old, I believe, too. So I'm more because Loma was an amateur forever, KQ. Like he was an amateur like for a long time. So I don't want to take anything away from Lomachenko, but just to me, it's more impressive what guys like Jesse Bam Rodriguez did, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Abdullah Mason, if he accomplished it, and that is becoming a world champion earlier in life. Like, yeah, it took you 3 fights, but you was 28, 29 years old when you became a world champion. Right. If Abdullah Mason becomes a world champion, yeah, he got more professional fights than you did, but he's only 21 years old. So I think that's more impressive than you turning pro at 28 years old and then winning your first world title, because he's winning his about 7-8 years older than yours if he's able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, somebody put Shushu name in the chat, and this is no disrespect to Bruce Shushu Carrington. I like him as a fighter, but he'll be getting the title shot around the same time as Abdullah Mason. But Bruce Shushu Carrington, like 28, 29 years old. Abdullah 21. That's mad impressive, bro. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah. And win, lose, or draw, he'll have a lot of time to build himself back up. And if he wins and he starts going on a trajectory that we think he's gonna go on, my goodness, bro, he can accomplish a lot in the sport of boxing. Yeah. So can't wait to see what happens in that fight, man. So let's keep it moving, man, and talk about the big fight, man, that happened last night. Richardson Hitchins gets the stoppage over George Kambosos in very impressive fashion. Beat George Kambosos worse than anybody had ever beat him before, including Lomachenko, including Devin Haney. Just a masterful performance from Richardson Hitchins. People talk about masterclass, KQ. That was a masterclass performance that he put on against George Kambosos. What did you think of Richardson Hitchins' performance, man?
Yeah, masterclass, yes. Very methodically, yes. Defensive responsible, yes. I mean, he didn't get too carried away. He didn't get too excited. You can tell that jab was there all night. That jab was there all night. George Kambosos could not stop that jab. The way he fights, his hand was too far apart. He didn't have the guard up, but maybe a minute or two. So when he put it down, there go Africa hitting him with the jab again, right through the gloves. Then, of course, Africa, it was very good. He got under the jab. He got under the left hook, and then he spent him around. Of course, the referee stepped in, but he shouldn't have stepped in. He should have let Africa still go at him and could have spent him around and hit him with another straight right. But, I mean, I think Africa didn't get too excited. Now, when he got him hurt, the first time when he got him hurt, I think he pretty much got a little carried away a little bit because he was coming in with the guard down. He was coming in straight up, walking right in. He could have got hit with something. But lucky Cambosa was still kind of out of it, so he didn't go for it. But then again, George Cambosa is a warrior, got hard, was coming at Hitchison, and Hitchison pretty much kept cool, calm, and collective, and went back to the jab. What's working for you, keep working. Don't change up the game plan. If the game plan is working, don't have to switch it up. Because jab was working all night. The 1-2 was working all night. The counter punching was working all night. So if those are working, keep working. Now, some people say, well, he's doing the same old thing every round after round. Well, good. Let him keep doing that. If they're going to get him to win, let him do it. But that knockout, I didn't see that coming. And not that early. Now, I spoke to Knockout, okay? And I said, well, who you got in the fight tonight, man?
Yeah, you did. Right? I forgot.
Yeah, remember that? I said, now George Cambosa, man, he a dog, he a bulldog, right? His father took a swing at this hitting the team and stuff, right? He said, man, KQ, man, I'm telling you, man, he get cut early, he this and that, and everything happened just like you said it did. You know, because George Cambosa, I was like, man, like pop out of cellar, man.
KQ didn't believe me, y'all. I said, man, he's just gonna stop this boy. He said he gonna stop him. I said, yeah, he gonna stop him. Man.
Right. You know, because I mean, he was selling the fight, or he thought he was tough. And I'm like, man, Hitchins, man, I don't know, man. You know, I'm thinking of not sitting down on his punches or whatever. But you was right. You was on point on everything you said. And I said that last night when I was calling the fight. I said, damn, Knockout was right. You know, so but Cambosa, for some reason, he just can't defend them jabs. Same way with Devin Haney. You know, for some reason, he just can't hold the phone. I don't know. But hey, shout out to him. Rich Hitchins, shout out to New York, and now he's defending that title just after 6 months of getting the title. So hopefully, he can get better. And I saw him getting a little more comfortable in the ring last night. As he went down, he got down small, he jumped up tall and trying to catch him with a left hook. Other words, trying to, pretty much make the punches sit down. And then, of course, he went to the body. Always the body, and the body would break it down. All right, you go to the body, then everything else would just follow along. All right, everything would break down, because Cambosa couldn't even stand up right. All right, because he was bent over. He was folded up like a pair of toenail clippers, but Hitchins, he did a great job, man. And
he did. He did what he's supposed to do. You ain't wrong for sure.
Yeah. So, but that's all I have on him, man. He's great fight. Great fight.
Yeah, man. When you got a washed fighter in front of you, this is what you supposed to do with him, bro. We got Hunter on the hunt with the 20-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Bow with 20 of them things. He say salute to you, Hunter. Appreciate the love, man. And I see my dog Cam J in the building. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. As I said earlier, subscribe to Jab Queen Boxing. All these content creators, man, we show love over here. So y'all support them because they support us as well. And that's just the right thing to do is to pay it forward. And please hit the damn like button. I'm looking. This thing say I got 189 likes. I hope that's wrong. Please get the likes up over 250. We got 340 people in here. No reason why we can't have the likes all the way up on Father's Day. Show me some support, man. I'm a father of 3, man. Hit the damn like button. Shit.
And KQKC, those my kids' names. So how many is that? KQKC.
He got 4. Hit the like button. Shit. So I like a lot of what you said, and so again, for the sake of not saying the same thing and repeating the same thing as you were talking, I was thinking KQ, and what I immediately went to was the conversation that we were having earlier, and what that showed me is that Richard Hitchins and Cambosos, it didn't matter the size of the ring. Like the size of the ring didn't matter. Richard Hitchins was able to box, do his thing, show skills, and it didn't matter how big that ring was. George Cambosos was getting his ass whooped. I say that to say that if you are good, if you truly are doing the sweet science, if you are truly putting on a masterclass performance and you are a masterclass level boxer, you shouldn't care about the size of the ring. That's why I don't understand all the crybaby fans of some fighters that's crying about what Turkey got going on, KQ. Because if you really like that, you'll slip shots and you'll rip right back. You'll parry shots away. You'll catch shots off your glove and shoot right back. You'll pull back in your counter. You'll do all of the things that great boxers do, to where you can do that shit in a phone booth. You can do that in a little 4x4. It shouldn't matter the size of the ring. The ring only matters to people who plan to move excessively and use their legs as their defense, which is not boxing. So I think what we saw from Richardson Hitchins yesterday was a great example of being able to box, being able to use the sweet science, and not having to do a whole lot of movement and a whole lot of running around in order to get that shit done. So I think that's an example of, okay, this is what the sweet science is. So salute to him. And guess what? Like you said, he had to take a shot. Mm-hmm. He had to kind of, okay, let me get right or whatever. And that's okay, because it's boxing, bro. If you scared to be put in that situation, then maybe your ass shouldn't be boxing. So I thought it was a great performance. Let me catch a super chat, and then if you got anything else on the performance, I'll let you go. But I want to ask you something else too about Hitchins before we move on to some Tank and Roach stuff. But we got Young World dropping 20 of them things, 20 piece. No biscuit in the super chat. I appreciate you, Young World. He say salute KO, salute OG, salute to the chat. Happy Father's Day to all the loving fathers out there. I think it's important that you say loving fathers, because every father ain't loving and every father ain't created equal. So salute to you, bro. I appreciate you, big dog. Then we got my dog Dre's finest unk in the building with the 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. Man, something must be done about me not getting my notifications. This some BS, YouTube. Get on your dang job messing with my favorites. All facts, bro. That's why I'm heavy on the like button. We got to trick the algorithm. The like button and comments, man. Y'all show engagement. It's gonna make that it's gonna make that algorithm get right. So we're gonna get there. We about to get to this topic next. So I'm glad my dog $1 million dropped this super chat, because we're about to talk about this in a second. He say with the 5-piece, shout out to my dog $1 million. I appreciate you. It was lame to call Haney out, but take selfies with Timalifu Telefimu in the ring. Get that soft out of here. He know Haney fool for real. Go unify with Timalifu Telefimu. And so that's what I wanted to talk about next. Do you got anything on Hitch's performance before we move on?
No. One thing about it, when you were talking about the movement, yes, you're right. He boxed right there in that square circle, right there in the middle, right there where I said the bread and butter's made, right there in the center of the ring. He didn't do any movement. Now, when he felt his back touching the ropes, he got off of the ropes and brought it right back to the center of the ring and stayed there. And that's what I'm talking about. That's boxing. And that's the sweet science. You don't have to slug it out. You can go side to side. You're going to have to go front and back. You go side to side. But that's all I had. Great job by Richard Africa.
Yeah. So after the fight, he called out Devin Haney and he called out Timalifu. But he was much more, much more disrespectful towards calling out Devin Haney. He said, F you, F your daddy, F them, I want to fight them. And then Timalifu, he just told him, I did what you couldn't do to Kambosos. Let's fight next. And Devin, a lot of people don't like that Richard Hitchins called out Devin Haney that way and showed more respect to Timalifu Telefimu. What's your thoughts on the call out of Devin Haney, and then a lot of Devin Haney fans' reaction to the call out of Richardson Hitchins to Devin Haney? What's your thoughts on all of that, man?
Well, first of all, you gotta understand, Bill talked a lot of shit to Africa. He started a lot of shit in the press conferences. So why he can't call him out more dominant than Till? Yeah, Till said some racist stuff and everything, but Bill went ahead and started a lot of shit. Between the two fighters, and your son ain't even fighting. So what was you doing in New York anyway? But anyway, that ain't my business. But what I'm saying is that Bill pretty much always starting some shit. All right. He did an interview with Coach Malachi and still talking shit. So this is what I mean when I put out that video today. These granddaddies, not daddies, granddaddies. Okay, these granddaddies, cause all their sons got kids. They got to sit down and take care of their grandkids and shut up. Except for Earl Spence and Abdullah Mason father, Earl Spence Sr., they sit back, let their son do what they do, but they let them son know that, hey, we here if you need me. All right? And that's it. But when you get done with Devin, but Devin can't make 140 no more anyway. He's at 144. I don't know, but he need to get to 147. So, but no, Bill saw a lot of shit. So Africa finished it last night. All right, he called them out. He put them on Front Street. All right, that's what I like. So, but these guys and these fathers, they have to let these fighters and these sons talk for themselves. They're gonna have to let them speak for themselves, like the other fighters do. So, but of course, Teofimo, as you call him, he can get it too. He can get it too. That's a good fight too. So I don't know what's going on with him in PBC, but if he is negotiating with Lamont Roach, that's a bad idea for Lamont Roach. He getting a little bit carried away now. So but it is what it is. So I'm sorry. Bill just. He just a bunch of bull. And even Eddie told him at the press conference, cut the shit, Bill. All right? Just cut the shit and answer the question. Because Bill out there talking and, listen, a lot of people pumped up Devin Haney to be something that he wasn't. I'm sorry, y'all. This is me talking. All right? They pumped him up to be something he wasn't. He bought into it, and now it's backfiring. It's backfiring big time. And so, so Bill is trying to make him relevant again, and he's not doing a very good job. So he pretty much got Africa mad, and so now he's gonna take advantage of the PTSD Bill Devin Haney. So get the one out the way first, and then go to the next one. So I'm looking for unification next. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Shout out to John BX with the 5-piece in the super chat. He say, Haney fans saying Cambo was washed because Hitchins stopped him and Devin couldn't in 24 rounds. We got Shane Frazier becoming a member to the channel. We appreciate you, Shane. Thank you so much for being a YouTube channel member. I hope you enjoy that exclusive content. So here's my take on the situation, KQ, and I got a video coming later for people that aren't able to catch the live stream, or you want to hear me talk about it in even more detail than I'm gonna do right here on this particular segment. So for me, I don't have an issue with the way that Hitchins called out Devin Haney for a few reasons. Number one, that's how we talk in our culture. Like young guys in their 20s, that's how they talking. Now, that's how we used to talk when we were younger, and I find myself talking like that all the time, even now, when we're talking amongst ourselves. So that's number one. Number two, Devin Haney didn't take exception to it. And neither did Bill Haney. They not mad. They not running around here playing the race card or the stay on code card or whatever. Bill Haney congratulated Richardson Hitchins after the fight and started joking about how he got hit by Cambosos and how he didn't put on a greater performance as Devin and all of that. And Devin just simply responded, said, "Hey man, we can make the fight happen at 147." So they not upset about it. So I don't understand why Devin Haney's fans or a lot of people that make content that support Devin Haney, I don't know why they're up in arms with the way that Richardson Hitchins called out Devin the Dream Haney. As a matter of fact, to take it a step further, what Devin Haney said about what he did with Richardson Hitchins' girlfriend was far more disrespectful than what Richardson Hitchins said in that ring last night. Like, so I don't
like a baby.
Yeah, I don't understand the fake outrage, bro. I never like, and this is one of the reasons, bro, that a lot of like Tank fans and Devin fans, we did that whole live stream over here like on a Saturday, and we talked about like why Devin fans and Tank fans don't like each other. This would be yet another reason why some Devin Haney fans, not my brother Jay Grant, not like Joseph, but a lot of them, y'all get soft, bro. Y'all get soft and y'all get all in your feelings. Y'all are the fan base that denigrates other black fighters on a regular, and you call black fighters monkeys and make all kind of racial jokes at them and all that stuff. And then when something like this happened, now it's, oh my God, I can't believe Richard Hitchins is not on code. He's just so disrespectful. I was about to say how great his performance was, but then he had to disrespect Devin in his call. I'm like, bro, Devin disrespect them all the time. They fighters. Who cares, bro? He called him out. Like you should be happy that somebody's calling Devin out, because in case you ain't peeped the lay of the land, Devin's having a hard time getting fights, bro. He's getting thrown on undercards, bro.
Yeah.
And y'all crying because somebody actually want to fight him and call him out, man. Y'all better be happy. Y'all better be rooting for Hitchins. Y'all better hope that fight get done, bro. So for me, man, I don't like all that soft ass shit, KQ. I like for them to be able to talk. And we got my beautiful wife in the building. What's up, baby? Salute. Good morning to you, Miss KO. I see you, baby. So when I see all that, bro,
hey, Miss KO. Hey, baby.
It just turned me off as a boxing fan when people just act like little hoes behind this shit, man. I hate to be talking like this on Father's Day, but bro, like, he called him out and said the NIGGA. You know what I'm saying? He called him out and he said F you. They've said far worse to him. They've said far worse to him. Who cares? And they started the shit like Bill is at his damn press conference, heckling him, going off on him, talking all kind of crazy to him, pulling up on him, trying to distract from the moment and shit, trying to steal the spotlight. Who cares, bro? You want him to shut up? Fight him. Because at the end of the day, and then I want to talk about this too. And I don't have nothing else on that. That's really all I got to say on that. Do you got anything else?
No.
On that, KQ, do you got anything else on that list, bro? Before I move to the next topic.
No, you know what? No, like you said, Bill, and it wasn't no big deal. Hitchins said what he said, and move on. But I don't know about him going to 147. I don't think Africa is big enough or strong enough to fight at 147. So that's all I have. All right, that's all I got on it.
Yeah. Shout out to my dog, Big Dog Willie, with the 5-piece, no biscuit and super chat. It says, Happy Father's Day to all. Salute to y'all. Also, in November, the great Shakur Stevenson hand wraps will be breaking his own hands in MGM Facts. Pacquiao versus Barrios, spring 2026. Facts. Big Dog Willie, you a fool, man. You a damn fool. So I wanted to ask you this though. The weight bully term. The weight bully term. Because Devin Haney said that Richardson Hitchins looked cooked trying to make 140 pounds. Richardson Hitchins is a big 140 pounder. And I think Devin Haney knows what it looks like when somebody's cooked trying to make weight, because they cutting a whole lot of weight. Do you think that if Richardson Hitchins and Devin Haney fight at 147 pounds, are they fighting at the right weight class? Do you think that they are just two weight bullies bullying smaller fighters? What's your thoughts on just weight cutting in general when it comes to Devin Haney and Richardson Hitchins, and how much weight it looks like they cut in order to make the weight class that they fight in, bro?
Well, I always thought that about Devin Haney. I already knew how he walk around. And then once he got in the ring, he boils down to 135. And I was amazed how he did that, and then he rehydrate up 25, 30 pounds, so that's why I always had a problem with. I think every fighter should move up if they can't make the weight anymore. Just like Monster in the way. He said, I never fight Tank because I fight at the weight class I weigh. And so I'm not going to jump up weight classes. If I can't make the weight, I move up. Then I can't make that weight, I move up. And that's just how it should be. But these guys, they pretty much get on snack or whatever, help them lose weight and boil down. And then the next morning, or start eating or whatever and get bigger and go in there weighing way more than they got on the scales. Because what we see, that ain't nothing but just a formality. All right, they do the real weigh in behind closed curtains, So, but Hitchins, he didn't look that big to me last night. He didn't look drained to me. He was on point on everything he was doing. So and George Cambosa came in there bulldogging and things like that. So he looked at okay, but if he want that fight, he had to move up. He had to move up to 147. Now,
Yeah,
of
because
course,
Devin ain't making no 140, bro. Yeah, Devin ain't
no,
making 140 at all. He can't make that weight, bro.
no, he can't make that weight. And nothing. A lot of people, someone said this that Bruce Ennis should be moving up to 154 and will be moving up to 154 because he don't want to make the same mistake Earl Spence made. Earl Spence made the mistake by staying at 147 too long. And that was, his problem, making weight and trying to get down to 147 when he should have been at 154 all along. He would have felt better. He would have did better. And then he wouldn't have been so drained. This is what someone mentioned in Boston 24. And which is true, So I think all fighters should fight at their weight classes. And this is why I'm trying to tell everyone. But everybody don't want to listen to KQ sometimes. I don't know why. But anyway, this is why they say Tank always draining people. They already drained. They already drained already. He's at a disadvantage.
They draining themselves down.
Yes, they're draining their own self. What he's saying is, you can't rehydrate up, to 30, 40 pounds. He ain't going to get no bigger. All right. He's a grown man. He's not growing no more. He's going to be a shorty. All right. That's what he's going to be. But everybody boiled down and then want to fight Tank. They would put their body in jeopardy just for that bag, but no, that's how I feel. I don't think guys should be doing that. I think they should be fighting at the weight they weight class. A lot of guys fighting 200-pound walking around. Then get down to 140. What? So it is what it is. But I think that's not a good look. For me. So that's all I got.
Yeah, shout out to Kavita the Great with the 5-piece in the super chat. Says salute KO, salute OG KQKC. Salute to you, Kavika. Appreciate the support. Then we got Boxing Hacker with the 5-piece in the super chat. Weight bullying isn't real. When you're too big for the weight, you have harsh weight cut and tougher time rehydrating. A lot of times you just end up weaker. If the IBF agree with you, if the WBC and the WBA agree with you, if the WBO agree with you, they wouldn't all be about to implement the 10-pound rehydration clause that they're all about to start implementing. So you're dead wrong. If weight bullying wasn't real, then everyone would just fight at their closer weight, and they wouldn't risk cutting that much weight. You're tripping, bro. You're dead tripping. So for me, I don't really care about the conversation because I'm of the no excuses mindset where you make weight, you get it cracking. I guess my main concern, KQ, is kind of what you alluded to at the end when it comes to guys like Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchins. Why do they get so much credit for cutting 25, 30 pounds and then outweighing somebody for 25, 30 pounds the night of the fight? But then guys like Tank Davis get all the flack in the world for simply trying to level the playing field. Like I've never really understood that. So they're looking to fight somebody and be 25 to 30 pounds heavier than them the night of the fight. He's looking to fight somebody and make sure they're as close to the same weight as possible on the night of the fight. But he's the one that gets all the criticism. That doesn't make sense to me. So he's trying to fight on an even playing field. They're trying to fight looking for a huge advantage in size, but they get praised by their fans and he gets shitted on by their fans. It's weird to me. Dragon's Assassin, what up? It shows a level of just willful ignorance, bro. Just being willing to say whatever narrative is going to fit your favorite fighter and not really truly looking at the facts and looking at what's going on in the situation. Like, so for me, I think once they get in the ring, contract signed, whether it's fighting at a weight class, whether it's a rehydration clause, whether it's a catch weight, whether it's a combination of two of the three or all three, whatever it is, bro, once you sign that contract, all bets are off until the victor goes to spoils, bro, to the person that wins. They should be giving credit for that, not trying to take credit away because of what somebody else signed or what somebody else decided to go forward with and then you try to take credit away from the person that won the fight, bro. That shit don't make no sense to me, dog. So for me, bro, I think that Devin Haney was right. Richardson Hitchins does look big as shit for 140 pounds. And it's clear that Richardson Hitchins skipped somewhere between 3 weight classes to make 140 pounds. He clearly was about 160 to 165 pounds when he was in that ring with George Kambosos last night. George Kambosos looked small as shit. He looked very small compared to Richardson Hitchins. So I got no problem with Devin Haney and Richardson Hitchins fighting. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good fight. And I like to see it. I think it's gonna be boring. I think it's not gonna be very fun to watch, but nonetheless, it's a good fight. I do want to ask though, KQ, will we ever see Devin Haney fight a true welterweight? Will he ever get in the ring with somebody that's a real welterweight, or is he gonna keep trying to fight small dudes coming up to 147 pounds? Because everybody that he's looking to fight have all been 140 pounders, bro. From Timalifu Telefimu to Ryan Garcia rematch to now a Richardson Hitchins fight coming up to 147. When are we gonna get him calling out Brian Norman Jr.? When are we gonna get that? So what do you think? Are we ever gonna see him fight a true welterweight, or he just gonna keep fighting, trying to fight dudes that's coming up in weight like him?
Exactly. See, what's gonna happen is, and no shade, I'm just being honest, y'all can say what you want about KQ, but these are my opinions, and my opinion only. Devin Haney doesn't have the power to keep no one off of him. Of course, if you're gonna fight for Turkey, because he doesn't really have nowhere else to go but Turkey, so therefore he's gonna fight guys that's like ranked number 10, ranked number 9 or 15 or something like that. He's not gonna get in there and fight the top 5 or the top 4 or the top 3. It's just that the power's not there. The mentality is not there. But that's remained to be seen. But we'll see in the next fight. Would he go in there and engage? All right? Or would he run like Tom and damn Jerry? I don't know. But we'll see. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because let his daddy tell it, he was better than Floyd Mayweather at that age, which you can't really say because it was a different era, Devin Haney, all that catch weight, you only gonna do that for so long. You only gonna catch weight so long. 144, 143. No. You either fight at 140 or 147 after a while. And now you can't make 140, so you might well head on up, baby. All right, take that bitch uptown. That's what you need to do. Go to 147, and then maybe if you that bad like your daddy said, all right, go in there and fight and Brian Norman Jr. or if Jerron Ennis is still there, go ahead and fight him. So but that ain't gonna happen, because if you're gonna fight for Turkey, remember now. All right, no more Tom and Jerry. So you're going to have to go in there and pull out something out your hat. That's what you have to do. So that's what it is. Because Devin can't make 140 no more. You ain't got nothing but go up. Because how you going to win if you can't keep nobody off of you? There's going to be pressing the action. So, I mean, you can't use your feet. You got to fight with your heart, baby. Yeah. And that's what I look at,
Shout out to Here Ken out with the 2-piece in the super chat. Says Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Appreciate you, bro. John BX with another super chat, dropping a 5-piece. Appreciate you, dog. He say you have a better chance of getting bit in the ass by a great white shark in your backyard swimming pool before you see Devin calling for Brian Norman Jr. Damn, it's like that. That's crazy. That's tough. All right, so go ahead, KQ.
I'm just saying, y'all be getting Devin too much credit and Shakira too much credit. Listen, I understand, power ain't everything. All right, it's more to the sweet science than that. But it has something to do with boxing, and you got to have some type of power if you want to win a fight or you want to keep somebody off of you. And yeah, Rick, you didn't have no Money Mayweather without Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah,
so I mean, come on. But everybody want to be Money Mayweather, but nobody want to be Pretty Boy Floyd. So
already, man. You ain't wrong. So let's get to some other topics, man. I think we covered everything big that happened in the ring. it's some big stuff going on outside the ring as well. And the biggest thing over the weekend right now is a couple of things. Tank and Lamont Roach had a heated back and forth yesterday where they were going at each other, confirming the fight. And Tank basically told Lamont Roach, I'm not paying you that $250K, I bet you. Come get it. Come get it. What you gonna do about it? The rematch is gonna be bigger, and they talking real crazy to each other. I'm predicting that we get the fight announcement tomorrow because then Tank Davis dropped a Instagram post where he's showing kind of him being in shape, different photos or whatever. And anytime Tank get to tweeting and going off and doing all that stuff, it's about to be a fight announcement coming soon. What do you think of Tank Davis and Lamont Roach back and forth? Did you get an opportunity to see it?
No, I didn't see it.
All right, let me read it to you. Let me read it to you then. Give me a second. Let me find it. I had it over here. Give me 1 second. I'll read it to you. So you can comment knowing what they were saying to each other. It's right. Here we go. All right, so Lamont Roach says, KQ, let me is going through. Lamont Roach says, you still tweeting and deleting like somebody, like I'm replacing the cuss words here. You still tweeting and deleting like a really won't come get on what you on. Like you basically KQ, you tweeting and deleting like I really won't come get with you. All right. Tank Davis said you should have been on that instead of calling around for that $250K you waiting on. This bag bigger. The F you forgot. All right. And then let's go to what old buddy said next. Lamont Roach said, all you got to do is send the Addy. 40 minutes ain't nothing. So he talking about he going to pull up on Tank. He said he going to pull up on his ass. KQ, he said he about to go get Tank. Tank said, everybody always acting goofy for the internet. Shut your ass up and hunt something. I'd have been did it. Then he pinned, I guess he dropped the pin of his address or whatever. And then Lamont Roach said, you ain't going to be hunting for long. I'm going to see you soon. They going back and forth. They building this fight. They are promoting this fight. What do you think of they back and forth, man? They got my. I love that shit. So what you think, man?
Man, I love it. It build up the testosterone, man. It build up, man. Listen, ain't no more friends. All right, ain't no more friends. All right, we're going in there and we're gonna get it on. I don't care. You bring your mama, your daddy, everybody. So I ain't mad at it. I like it. I want more of it, and that's what fires up Gervonta Davis. That's what gets him to be who he is. That's what makes him Tank. That's what makes him sell out. That's why people come and see him, buy the pay-per-views. That's why he breaking records. Things like that. And talk like that. He's not the ordinary nice guy, ordinary guy that lived on a one-way street in the suburbs. All right, he's not that guy. All right, he came from the trenches just like I did. So man, I like it. Now I hope Lamont know that he ain't in Baltimore, right? He told him pull it up. Pull up where? He in Florida.
You have to figure out what's going on, bro. Kind of late, you know what I mean?
But I love it, man. I love that boxing talk, man. And that going that back and forth. I like it. And listen, Ali, George Frazier, they did it, and I mean they did it. And guess what? They end up being friends. So yeah.
So what I like, a couple of things. Number one, as I said when it first happened, Tank Davis should pay that man his money. Ask him if he want to run the bet back. If he don't want to run the bet back, you should pay him his money. You bet him on camera, you shook his hand. I stand on that, but I don't agree with that shit. Pay that man his money. However, I like the fact that this don't seem as friendly and as respectful and as kind of docile as the first little build up to the fight. Tank seemed much more engaged. He seemed much more mad. He seemed much more like he's treating Lamont Roach how he treated everybody else. You know what I mean? At first, he showed a lot of respect to Lamont Roach in the first build up to their fight. This seems a lot more like how he was trying to carry it with Frank Martin. Like it's a lot more animosity. You know what I mean? A lot more animosity between the two. So I like that because I think it's gonna make for a more focused, more determined, and better Tank. You know what I mean? And so I really, really believe that that this fight is gonna be better and Tank will put on a better performance. And I can't wait for people like Bella Faith to just have to sit in that hate and just have to admit that they were wrong and that this shit because they wanted him to lose so bad. He should have lost. He should have lost the fight. He should have lost. Yeah, they should have lost. They so mad. Devin Haney's fans are so mad
Who is
that
Bella?
he didn't
Bella
take
who?
that he didn't Bella Faith, my homegirl, the homegirl in the chat, the sister in the chat. I'm reading the chat while I'm talking. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Read the chat while I'm talking. They wanted him to lose so bad. And when he didn't lose in the best performance of Lamont Roaches can fucking do, he just got a draw. And now they got to run it back. And hopefully, for the sake of all you Tank haters, he can do better in the rematch because I got a feeling that we're gonna get a far better performance from Tank Davis. Let's see if Lamont Roach can level up as well. Shout out to Jupe with the 20 piece in the super chat says if weight bullying wasn't, they'd fight closer to their walk around weight and wouldn't move weigh-ins early to allow more time to add pounds over opponents. Hitchins looked good with the rehydration limit. He may be okay for now. Yeah, but he's calling out welterweight. So if you're gonna call out a welterweight, go up there and fight a welterweight. But you 100% right. And that's what I was trying to tell Boxing Hacker. Like, if it wasn't a such thing as weight bullying, dudes wouldn't skip every fucking weight class to go make weight. They just fight closer to their natural weight. No, they do that because they're looking for an advantage. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. So, it is what it is. So, but for Tank and Lamont Roach, man, everyone's acting like they don't care about this fight while talking about it. Everything they're doing right now is going viral. Their back and forth is a trending topic on social media, and it's time, bro. It's time for that announcement to come. Hopefully, it's coming tomorrow. Since that'll be exactly 2 months out from the supposed fight date, and I can't wait, bro. It's a lot of stuff that gets to get proven that night. And I can't wait for everybody to have to stand on what they said the next day. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very excited for that. Something else that Tank did, KQ, is he posted a lot on his Instagram. He's doing and that's how I believe, KQ, we know that a fight is coming up and that we about to get an announcement. Because if you've been following boxing, you know anytime Tank get to posting stuff on his social media accounts and he get to doing that tweeting and deleting shit that we all hate, you know a fight announcement's coming. You know he about to fight soon. But one thing he said that I wanted to talk about as we wrap the show is he said something and it looks like it's a message to himself because I think this is exactly where he's at. He said lock in young gorilla. He could put a gorilla there, but it was really the N word, but he blacked it out with a gorilla. He said lock in young gorilla. The struggle you're facing is a test to see if you are who you say you are. So he's on board with what I'm saying, KQ. Like, this is it, bro. This is that one. This is that one to where you gonna show people that you are who you say you are. Cause he go in there and he do Lamont Roach dirty, KQ. It's gonna show a lot about who he is as a fighter. The fact he went back into the immediate rematch. Then if he took his toughest fight and then turned it into one of his easiest fights, it's gonna show that he is who he really say he is, and his fans really are who he really say who he is, who his fans really say he is. And I can't wait, bro. But I'm liking the energy. And then if you go to his IG, you can look at the different photos on there, and he's already in shape, KQ, just looking very, very motivated. And then another big thing I want you to talk about, he's back with Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford been in this camp the whole time. Him and Cunningham is a picture of Calvin Ford wrapping his hands on there. Just really good to kind of see the progress of the camp. And it looked like he never left the gym. What's your thoughts, though? It looks like Tank might be handling this the right way and just taking it as a test that he's trying to pass. What do you think of that, man? I don't know if you saw the post or not, but if you didn't, that's what it is in a nutshell. He put that little thing I read to you, and then he got a lot of pictures of training. And the biggest picture is him and Calvin Ford together, wrapping the hands and look like they back putting in their work, working amongst themselves. No Barry Hunter this time. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, I was talking to Senior on maybe last week sometime, and I was asking, was he him and Calvin Ford, they all right? He said, yeah, as far as I know. So I'm thinking he might be hiding something from whatever. But no, it seems like he pretty much, was on point. Because, if you're not broke, why try to fix it? What worked for you since you was 5, 6 years old, and competition 7, then why not keep doing what you're doing? Look at your life. Look at your record. Look at your knockouts. I mean, look at all you had accomplished and where you came from, and now where you at now. And so I don't believe in trying to change up things. I believe in trying to fix what you broke, but if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And he's at the right spot with the right people. Kenny Allison and Calvin Ford, they've been there since day one. They know him from the inside out. They see things when he can't see them when they out there in that ring. And Kenny Allison, I know, and I'm not trying to blow, I'm not, kissing no ass or nothing, but Kenny Allison, he's got a very peculiar way of doing game plans. He used animals as a game plan. All right. He might take this line and say, do this and that with that line, and it works out. It works out very well, so, and now I'm glad Tank talking that ish, and now he's back with his people, so, and he's in a good space. He got out of Baltimore and he's focused. Now, there's nothing wrong with Coach Cunningham. He fought on the Cunningham a couple times. They all know each other very well. They all been in the gym together. Even Adrian Broner, so, and Anderson Lubin, all of them, so I'm not mad at it. But this time, I think Lamont Roach better watch out. Because Tank is coming, and he's coming with real serious. He's not playing around. Because, see, when he had that draw, Lamont Roach took it like he beat him. And, and that ain't the case. But now, Tank, he kept quiet. He didn't say anything too big, too bad, pretty much, kept quiet and did what he did and got back in that gym. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. If you lose, draw, get back in the gym. Run it back, baby. That's what you're supposed to do.
There you go. What I like about what I'm seeing, and I'm reacting to the chat halfway too, because I've been reading the chat. I prefer this though, and it's not because I'm a Tank fan, bro. I prefer, like, when you had a performance that he had against Lamont Roach, you supposed to be quiet. People taking that as a sign of weakness or trying to act like that's something bad. He's supposed to be quiet. Ain't no talking. And then when you do talk, you supposed to be talking directly to Lamont Roach, and that's what he's doing. And when you do post something, it's really supposed to be about you being in shape. You know what I mean? Being ready to go. And that's what I like about it. Like, the getting right back to it, going directly at Lamont Roach, and just showing that you in shape. Like, all of that going back and forth with fans, bickering with fans, going back and forth. If you Devin Haney, you going back and forth with fans about your lawsuit. Or if you Shakur Stevenson, you going back and forth with fans about your performance and you being pillow fisted and all. Like, nah, bro. Don't go back and forth with them. Just go show them what it is, bro. Go show them who you are. Because the amount Tank could go back and forth with every hater on social media. Ain't nobody gonna give a damn until they see what he do in the ring anyway. So why even do it? Do what he doing specifically and purposefully, only going at Lamont Roach. He went at Bill Haney because Bill Haney went at him. He went at Richardson Hitchins because Richardson Hitchins lied about how Tank Davis helped him out in the past. He's only going at niggas that's lying on him and that he got direct problems with, or people that started first. And I love that shit, bro, because it shows a level of focus, and that's real to me. You can't get mad at fans because you put on a bad performance and go back and forth with them. That's a waste of energy. So don't do it. And he not doing that shit. He going directly at the boys that's been hating on him, that's been going at him, that's been and then the one dude that he fighting, that's what you supposed to be on, bro. That's the type of time you supposed to be on. I wish all these fighters would be on that type of time, bro. I wish everybody would be moving like that and only going at the people that they really got that problem with. Bella Faith didn't make Tank Davis end up almost losing that fight. That was Lamont Roach who put on a good performance against him. So don't go at her. Don't attack her comments on social media. Go at that nigga, bro. Jay Grant Jr., he didn't do nothing to Tank. He didn't get in the ring with Tank and try to do interviews and try to go on I Got to Draw tour. That was Lamont Roach. So do that. Go at him, bro. And I like that shit, man. That lets you know that he got something to prove, and then we'll see if he's able to prove it. We'll see if he's able to overcome. But I do like the energy, and I like where it seems like his head is at right now, and I can't wait to see how this shit go, man. But KQ, it's 10:30, man. It's Father's Day. We not going a minute over. Salute to the chat. Salute to Miss KO. Salute to all the fathers out there. What you got left, KQ? What's your final words, man?
Man, my final words is, man, everybody have a good on Father's Day, and even the single mothers. All right, y'all, single mothers, so y'all doing double duty, and hope y'all have a great day. All right, and of course, KQ be live. I'll be live again Wednesday. All right, Wednesday and through Sunday. Okay, so I'm live every day, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. We got the Brian Norman fight this week, I believe. So very excited for that. So yeah, man, y'all be sure to tune in. We'll be covering that fight. We'll be covering the hottest topics in boxing, and I guarantee y'all, some shit gonna pop off with Tank and Roach this week. There's somebody gonna tweet something. They may do the fight announcement. I anticipate it coming tomorrow. So we're gonna have a fun week of boxing talk. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all turn on your notifications. Hit that like button on your way out of here if you haven't already. Happy Father's Day to everybody, and we'll catch y'all next time. We out of here, y'all. Peace out.
All right, peace.